Hello, space monkeys. Welcome to flight school. No, here I have an example of some warping in and warping out, and I've attached a small ship to it. So if I click play and get started on this, wait for our guys to arrive, our guest of honor. Here they come. Awesome. Now I'll increase the count in a minute. So this one, what I wanted to do, let me change the number of ships coming in. Cool, just added a few more ships while I talk. So what I wanted to do was, I was fascinated by when you have a setting where a ship is warping in extremely fast, but then stops extremely quickly, and it then travels like really slow, but then warps out. Now I know if you were flying actually inside the ship and it stopped at that speed, you'd be dead. You'd be turned into space goo. But let's just say there's some kind of, I don't know, carbon freezing that freezes you on impact and then restores you. Yeah, some craziness like that. Okay, so it might be a little bit choppy, but that's because I'm probably recording at the same time. Okay, so let me show you a couple of the angles I have for this. So this is the first one, the ship's coming in warping towards you. I'll explain why the ships look like a mess in a minute. Don't worry about that. So if I switch to cam 2, we have the ships warping out. So what they're doing is they're warping in and then they're picking a random direction and then changing the direction until they face their warp out point, and then pew, they're gone. Now what I can also do here is, if I go to camera 3, now I can change it so the angle is not actually left and right. I can change it so they both warp forward. So if I change it here, and I just give it a bit of a run up again, there we go. So now what they do is they don't split up. The Z angle is 0, so they'll just go straight now. So that gives a nice cool effect as well. It's like saying goodbye to all the ships. And then if I go to cam 4, you can see I can break out of this. Gives me a lovely trail. Nice little bit of ships. You got the ships coming in. I need some awesome sound effects, like a crackling and then a thud when they land. Come on! There you go, so they're arriving. There's a lot of them. And then some guys over there should be leaving. Yep. Bye! And you can see if I set the Z value back up so they split. Do they start splitting straight away? Yeah, they do. So after a while you get this really nice pattern as well, where they're both just kind of going in whatever direction they want. Someone's probably shouting regroup, and they just don't care. Cool. So if I pause that for a sec, I'll show you why these ships look absolutely terrible. So what they were initially a nice mesh, but just for experimenting the poly count was too high, so I just shrunk it down a bit. And considering we're zoomed out enough, it's good enough to show what was going on. But this is what they look like when they've been reduced. So this is what they're meant to look like. If we go to the source, you can see here, before I've reduced it, got this lovely pretty ship. And I didn't even mean to have this cool little funky color scheme. It brought it straight from Maya, and it ended up, just plug a color node in, and yep, a million different color schemes just at my fingertips, which is cool. It was a really nice funky one. There's so many to choose from. Yep. But if I can show you the video quickly, so this is from one of the animations I did. It's just like a tiny snippet. So that was all done by hand, but I really would have liked to do some kind of procedural stuff there. So that's that. And then if I go back to, it started to lag a bit when I cranked up the number really high because I haven't, really optimized it yet. But I did do a flipbook of a really high count, and yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end when this fleet shows up. So many ships. Awesome. That's it for this example, and thank you for following along.